Hello everyone, and I welcome you all in the class of mathematics for class 7th. And today I am going to explain this topic, three-dimensional shapes. This chapter we are going to study three-dimensional shape, and it is the second video for this week. Now you can see the various three-dimensional shapes in our real life. Okay, they have the height also, or we can say depth also. Generally in two-dimensional figures we see the length and breadth only, but what is different in the three-dimensional shapes, that here the three-dimensional figures have the height or the depth also. This is the third dimension here. So here you can see in day-to-day activity in real life, we generally see such objects which are having the three-dimensional shapes. You can see that a cuboid, cube, cylinder, sphere, they all have the three-dimensional shapes, means length, breadth and their height also here. So now we can see the different types of figures here. Now you see three-dimensional shapes definitions. We can define it as like this: a three-dimensional shape can be defined as a solid figure. It can be said that it is a solid figure that has three dimensions such as length, width and height. The width you can say breadth also. Breadth. So it has the length, width and height like any object in the real world. Like any object in the real world which we are seeing in our life, they are having, we can say, they have the three-dimensional shape only. Okay, they have length, breadth and height also. Such as we can see such figures there. This I am showing a one football figure here. This is a three-dimensional figure. Next, this conical figure you can see here. Now this is a cuboid. They all have the three-dimensional shape which occupies some height, which they have some height also, including the length and breadth. They have some height also, length or width we can say. So now we can define the cuboid as like this, that a solid bounded by six rectangular faces, means each faces are rectangular in shape. A solid bounded by six rectangular faces is called a cuboid. There must be the six faces. Okay, that should be rectangular faces. Now as in this diagram you can see the various parts of a cuboid. The corner, this corner where the two or more edges of a cuboid meet with each other, that point is known as the vertex. We can say corner or vertex. The point at which two or three edges of a cuboid meet with each other, that point is called the vertex. Here this is shown here. Similarly, this point is also a vertex only. This is also a vertex. So in this way you will see that 4 downside and 4 upside, total 8 vertices are here in a cuboid, and there are 12 edges. You can see the 4 edges at the top, 4 edges at the bottom, and the 4 pillars connecting the top face and the bottom faces, bottom rectangular face. That is total 12 edges we have. You can see that this 1 2 3 4, this way you can count only, and downside also. After that you will place the count the corner pillars also, that are also edges only, such as this I am saying pillar. Okay, they are connecting the top face and the bottom face, and it has 6 rectangular faces. Total how many faces? 6 rectangular, and the opposite faces are congruent with each other, means the opposite faces are exact same in dimension and shape. Okay, so you can see this diagram. You can see the opposite faces, this face and the bottom face. You can see they have complete different shape. So sorry, they have complete the same shape only. The opposite faces are complete shape same only. So it has six faces, and this the corner where the three vertex edges are meeting here, this is the vertex, and the sides, these are called the edges. So it has total 12 edges. Okay, such figure where it has six rectangular faces and 12 edges and 8 vertices, that is called a cuboid. Okay, there must be 6 rectangular faces. Next, various parts of cuboid we can write in this way, that a cuboid has 6 rectangular face and the opposite faces are identical and congruent, that I have said already, that the opposite faces of a cuboid are congruent. They are just the same only, identical. Next, two adjacent faces of a cuboid meet in a line segment. You will see that where the two adjacent faces are meeting, adjacent faces are meeting, that point is called the edge of the cuboid, and it has total 12 edges. How many edges? 12 edges there. Next we can say vertices, where the three or two or more, that means three edges, two or more edges are meeting with each other, that point is called a vertex. Okay, the point where two or more edges meet with each other, that point is called vertex, and it has total 8 vertices. Okay, now we have the next term, that is cube. Next three-dimensional body, it is cube. It is similar to the cuboid only. This is the difference, that in cuboid you will see the length, breadth and height. Okay, they are different only, but it is possible that at a time any two is equal, breadth and height is equal, but the third cannot be equal. That means all the three at a time you will not see that they are equal. If they are equal, then that will be called cube. Okay, so it is possible that length and breadth and height is equal. Length and breadth cannot be equal, otherwise what is the difference between these two? But width and the height, you can say, if it is equal but the length is different, then also it is called a cuboid only. That means at a time all the three sides cannot be equal here. Next, you can see here in the cube, in cube it is a cuboid only where the length, breadth and height are all equal. Remaining things are same only, but the length, breadth and height are all equal. That is called a cube. Okay, in this diagram you see it is a cube, and it has also 6 faces, 12 edges and vertices, total 8. Vertices are 8, 4 at the bottom and 4 at the top. Here you can see here this figure is showing the edges. Okay, the vertices are connected by the edges only. The two vertices are connected by the edges only, and we can say this also, that the faces, the adjacent vertices are meeting at the line segment. The two adjacent faces are meeting at a line segment, and that line segment is called the edges. Okay, such as this face and this face are meeting here at this edge, so that is one of the edge here. And the corner where the edges are meeting, that is called the vertex here. Okay, now in this cube you can see the parts. The number of vertices is 8, total A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. Total 8 vertices are there. Now number of faces is 6, and these are the 6 faces in rectangular, or we can say square, because all the faces are here in square shape. In cube what is there? Because the length, breadth and height are equal, therefore they are forming a square face only. Here in cube we can say it is a three-dimensional body only, where it has 6 faces and each face is in the square shape. Each face are in the shape of a square with equal side. Okay, that means their side measurement is same. So each face are the square only and with equal measurement of side. That means their side measurement is same here. So that means all the faces are congruent squares. They are congruent square, means their side is also equal, and it has 12 edges. These are the edges. You may see in the diagram here that where you can find in the figure where these edges are located in the diagram. Okay, so there are total 12 edges. 3, 6, 9, 10, total 12 edges I have shown here. Then you see the cylinder. A cylinder is a closed solid. It is a closed solid. All the different solids, the previous solids are also closed only. It is a closed solid that has two parallel circular bases. That has two parallel circular bases, the top and the bottom. It is not necessary that it is closed only. It can be it is also possible that from the top it is open only, but their shape will be circular at the top also. So here I am mentioning mainly about the closed cylinder. Okay, so that's why I have written closed. So a cylinder is a closed solid that has two parallel circular bases. The top face and the bottom face are the two circular faces according to the figure. That because my cylinder is standing here vertically, that's why I'm saying the top face and the bottom face. But if you will place it horizontally, then it will be right and left also. So a cylinder is a closed solid that has two parallel circular bases, okay, connected by curved faces. So see, this is the curved face. This part is the curved face that by which the upside and downside faces are connected. So they are connected by the curved face. In this diagram also you can see this top and this bottom circular faces are connected by this curve. Okay, curvical face. So one face is curvical face. Let's now see the different parts of the cylinder. Okay, so we can understand that a cylinder has no vertex because there is no point here where the two straight line edges are meeting, because there is no any straight line segment only here, only curvical part is there, and the edges are also curvical only here. So we can say that it has no vertex, and a cylinder has two curved edge only, this one at the top and this one at the bottom, one at the upper side and one at the bottom side. The two curvical edges, that means circular edges, that is only the two edges here. And then we can say that a cylinder has only one curved face, one curvical face, and two flat circular faces. The circular faces, one at here at the top and one at the bottom, these are two circular faces. So it has two circular flat faces and one curved faces. Now we can say, now we have to see this sphere. It is also a three-dimensional object. We can say a three-dimensional object shaped like a ball, so just such as football, just like any ball, okay, with which we are playing. Okay, so a three-dimensional object shaped like a ball only, that is called a sphere. Just like this you can see in this diagram here, this figure I have shown here. So this is a sphere. Now every point on the sphere, every point on the surface of a sphere is at the same distance from the center. Just like the circle, we know that in a circle has one center only at the middle. Similarly in the sphere also, just at the middle only one center is there, and from there you will see that all the points which lie on the surface of the sphere are at the same distance from the center. So the sphere has also one center is there. So now we can say the parts here, that parts of a sphere are, a sphere has no vertex. The center point is there, but that is not called the vertex, because vertex is the point where the two straight line segments, straight line edges are meeting. So that is vertex. So now here a sphere has no edge because all is curvical part only. Face is also its surface is also completely curvical. Okay, so a sphere has no edge, and a sphere has only one curved surface. It has only one curved surface, no flat surface. Okay, so that's all only. Now you can complete exercise 19 from chapter number 19, three-dimensional shapes, in your homework. And about the cone, I will explain in next class. So now thank you all of you.